Yo, what's up, boys? It's your boy Budget Customs. Back with another video. Sorry for the shake right there. My knee just hit the table. As you can see, it's a little bit more of a different setup than last time. We're in a different area. I am still in my room, but I'm against a wall now because I didn't want to keep recording in front of the TV and stuff because it was just inconvenient to move everything. So this is my little customizing setup. It's very dirty, so I won't be showing you too much. As you can already see, it's a little messy, but let's get to what you guys really clicked on the video for, shall we? Here we go. So here is my custom superiors. I think a paint just fell. Anyways, I don't use it anyways. Here's a custom Superior Spider-Man Mafex style. It is made using the CT Toys, Miles Morales and Ben Reilly. Obviously, they're compatible from the same company and stuff. They're a little downsized. CT Toys is, so I mean, yeah. Some of their figures now aren't, obviously, but we're gonna get into some size comparisons and stuff. But here's a first look at the figure. Here's the front. Get it closer here. Get a nice little view there, the mask and everything. Let's get a little zoom in here. There we go. Look at that quality. That's perfect. Oh, a little hair. So I sanded everything down, obviously. So this is Miles Morales, forearm or biceps down. So basically this top half here is Ben Reilly, and then everything down is from Miles Morales. These hands are too. As you can see, all I did is just painted the red on the palms and stuff. Obviously, that's what the suit design looks like. I did not put the web lines, however. But this dude does have a few different options you can display him with. So we can get into that. Let's show accessories here. And we'll get a closer look at the figure as well. Anyways, looking at the head sculpt here, used one of these pens here, just like a little ballpoint pen. This is a Prismacolor. You just go through and you draw in everything. Just make sure it's small enough to fit in between the lines so it doesn't look thick and stuff in the middle and get on the red. I didn't do a very good job. I kind of rushed it, in my opinion. I won't be using this head sculpt anyways. Not my favorite, but I wanted to give it the gold lenses and everything, make it look like one of the options from like a comic or something. So there's that for you guys. There's that head sculpt. Here we are with the Ben Reilly Mafex head sculpt. Obviously, this is CT Toy stuff, but I went ahead and I repainted the hair, so I give it a primer of black. Went over with a dry brush of brown. You see some of the blonde right there. You can touch that up, maybe. Can't really see it like this, which is why I didn't do it, because I don't display unmasked head sculpts. I don't like it. I like the mask. This is the character. I'm not displaying a person on my display, personally. I know it's different for other people, so I included it. I was trying to sell this on my Mercari, which is Budget Customs, but it's also Womp Daddy. Womp Daddy, because my last name, boy. But anyways, yeah, that's that. Didn't really do anything to the face, just the hair. So just did a little paint job on that, and then obviously this head sculpt here. And I know you guys are probably wondering where the squinty eye head sculpt is for this, which is on the figure now. So let's get a closer look here at that. Focus on the head sculpt. Perfect. Okay. Is it focused? It is. Alright, so looking at the head sculpt here, you can tell that this is not the same exact eyes, right? I watched Dang It Productions video on his custom, and what he did is he carved out the lenses that were on the head sculpt already, and I was like, oh, okay. Because he's pretty good at sculpting, obviously. I actually bought some of the head sculpts for my Invincible custom off of him, and I painted those up while I'm still working on it in the back over here in that corner. I'll zoom out and show you in a sec, but I'll do a size comparison with him. I posted a YouTube short on him recently, and it's gotten the most views I've ever gotten, not to brag, but it's not a lot anyways, but still, only got like 60 subs, so those of you that are seeing this. He comes with different feet too, getting into that. These are just different designs from comics. These are, so the head sculpt has sculpted eyes, so I resculpted eyes, made sure to fit them nice. Got the carved lines so you can see the lenses, the outside, the inside. Didn't like the shine and stuff, and I knew, because I wanted to imitate the PS5 design from it, so I did what I wanted to do. And I added a dry brush of silver, didn't really shine how I liked it, so made it black, added a little white to give it like a shine from a distance. You can't really tell, like, if I get it to focus on the head here. You can kind of tell it's painted on, but if you're just looking at it from this way, you're like, oh, it's got a nice gloss on it. So I matte sprayed the entire figure, then I went over with the gloss varnish, which is back there. My finger on the left is pointing at. It's Mod Podge from Walmart, and get it there. I'd use Walmart stuff. I don't, so yeah. Then my sculpt is from not AliExpress. I'm not with it today. Epoxy Sculpt, Aves, particularly from Amazon. I sanded down too much, so I had to resculpt some musculature. Didn't do the best job, but it gets the job done from a distance. You can tell it's there. Give him a 6-pack again. It was kind of smooth. Didn't like how it looked, but these are resculpted. Used a base of cardboard, like box folded, super glued it, then I sculpted over it. So it's like looks all like that, which is what I was going for. I would have smoothed it out, sanded it down if I wanted it to be like not rough, but I wanted it to look how I wanted it to look like. You can go off whatever you want, but I just wanted it to be like a thicker, you can see it. So this is definitely a big upgrade to my last video custom of Superior Spider-Man that I did. So if you guys saw that, you guys are some real ones, man. This is from the Marvel Legends. This is the other backpack, the Marvel Legends Superior Spider-Man. This is the one without the holes. Put holes in it for a specific reason. Can you guys guess that reason? Let's find out right now. Yeah, boy. I did some better customizing job here from the last one I did. We gotta zoom out. Now the quality's gonna get worse. I apologize. I want you to see the full arms. He can stand with them. They're not too heavy on his back, but as you can see how they're ported on here, we can zoom in. 1 second, hold on. All right, we're back. Sorry, the quality looked pretty bad for me, so I had to reset it there. And my brother walked downstairs, so won't ever leave me alone, ever. Sorry about that. Ooh, I need to sand that, probably. We're good. Anyways, this is how they're ported in. Just took wire, this gauge wire. I'm gonna get my mess out of the way here. This was the base wire that was used. I got it from a hardware store. I don't know what hardware store. You can probably find this on Amazon. Here's the name and everything. You just tear out whatever long you want it to be. You make 4 of them. You put hot glue over them. I put 2 coats of hot glue over them. Make sure you can't see the wire at all. Then I spray painted them all white, and then I did just a quick brush over red. I could do another one to make it darker. I didn't want to. And I wanted my own look, like a robotic, like Doc Ock look, because that's the character, obviously. And I didn't want it to look organic, so I added a extra bit of this wire. I believe 24 gauge. No, 20 gauge. Is this? I don't know. It's between 20 and 24 gauge wire. Just wrapped it around it. Stuck it through the hot glue, and then I super glued it to make sure it sticks. And if you're like, ooh, it looks dirty and stuff on the backpack, I put a silver dry brush to make it look like that, to match the arms, obviously. They are fully articulated, and don't think they're long enough for him to hold himself up, which I don't really remember him doing much in the comic anyways. So I'm probably wrong. I've seen images of like fan art and stuff, but they might be able to hold them up. See, that's the problem. But I did what I could with what I had, which is why we're called Budget Customs. Okay, guys, we're back. Sorry, I wanted to end that there on the other segment. So we went over the head sculpts, we went over that stuff. Now let's get to the nitty gritty goodness. We're gonna slide these over here. And what I meant by multiple looks is, if you don't like the extra red on the shoes, which I see it a lot and I like it, and it's contrast everything, you can go for the classic, just straight black feet. So there's that. These are not magnetic. These ones are magnetic because I wanted it to give like a shoe vibe from something Doc Ock would make. So I tried to add like a white outline around it kind of, but then I was like, I don't like it, so I painted black over it again. But there's that. Pretty cool. All right, let's get to the magnetic hands. It's pretty simple thing I did here. They're all just the normal Miles Morales hands. All I did was paint the palms. Oops, oopsies. Just painted the palms. So here are the magnetic open hands. Just a CT to his Miles Morales hands. We'll set those over there. Where's the other hand at? What the heck? Here we go. Sorry, my allergies are bad if you heard me sniffling or breathing heavy. These are also like a grasp, relaxed kind of, you know what I'm saying? He comes with relaxed hands, so I don't know what these are called. I would be like bad already. I don't know. So there's those. Set those over there. We got wall crawling hands. Same thing. Just painted the palms. I make sure to go over multiple coats. What I like to do is if I'm painting red over black or just a brighter color over black or a darker color, I like to put a base coat of white just to give it a bright base to glow off of. Then you just paint over light coats until you get the desired look you want. This is what I liked, so I stopped at maybe 4 coats. Then I just went over it with a quick brush over of Mod Podge matte right there because it doesn't appear too thick. These I did nothing to. I didn't want to go into the hands and make it look messy. So, which is fine. You're just using them for web grabbing. Then, most importantly, you have the flippers, even though the web shooters are overhand. I don't know how it all works. I don't remember how he shoots his webs. I'm sure you can do whatever you want. There's those. Just get whatever you want. I just look up 20, I'd say 24, maybe 22, 24 gauge white floral wire. And it is bendable. It's posable. It's like spaghetti. I did spaghetti webbing. It took... I did, so 2 times this length, you wrap it around each other, and you get more, make it look spaghetti. I like the McFarlane webs, so that's what I went for. But there's that. Let's get into some size comparisons. Amazing Yamaguchi CG Toys. Agent Venom, as you can see, Agent Venom is most definitely taller. His legs are a little more spread out. Bigger figure overall. Would recommend you get this figure. I will not be doing a review because that is outdated, and I'm only doing this review because this is a custom. And it's a 2.0 version of my Marvel Legends one. That sucks. 2 years ago when I was... Actually, I'm not going to give you an age. I was young. Anyways, let's move on to the next figure. Anyways, here he is next to the official Mafex 185 Spider-Man classic suit. This is the official one. I just put the figure that came with the Ben Reilly, the extra head sculpt, the PS5 on, just slapped it on there. Didn't fit at first, just use my trusty, where is it at? Where is it at? My trusty Dremel. Put a little smaller tip on the end of it, Dremel it out, clear some space. You can even just use a drill and then put sticky tack in it if you want. I wanted a clicking fit, so, yep, moving on. Here is next to the Mafex, whatever you want to call it, Spider-Man 2099 that just recently came out. Love this figure. Do recommend. Ooh, we ain't letting the camera fall. I do recommend you get this figure. Great figure. Love it. Yep. Moving on. Here he is next to the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider Ben Reilly with the custom hood on it. Pretty good size comparison, I'd say. He is a broader character, but I don't know. CG Toys isn't very good for Marvel Legends. It just depends. This figure's accessories that he comes with and everything makes him look taller. You can even pose him up on a flight stand using his arms. Again, I'll probably be posting it on Mercari, so just stay tuned for that. But it will be a decent price because it took a lot of time and effort, as you can see from this video. Here he is next to my favorite Mafex figure. This is Mafex Carnage. Comes with tons of accessories, great articulation, great figure overall. I just love it, so recommend you get this too on Amazon. And last but definitely not least, here he is next to my custom Mafex style CT Toys Invincible blue suit figure. And this is just a great custom in general. I love both of these figures, and it's just great, man. So here's a close-up of this figure here. If you guys want a review on him, let me know. His accessories in the corner, not quite done with it. But when I do finish it, guaranteed there'll be some shorts posted up on this guy. Obviously got influenced by Dang It Productions. As you can see, I use his head sculpt. So yeah, bought him off his eBay. 36 bucks, 4 head sculpts. Can't go wrong with that, especially because I'm decent with painting. As you can see, I'm pretty clean with the lines. Just put a spray matte coat over it. So this part right here, it was kind of rough with the spider logo that I got rid of. This is using the Black Suit Spider-Man and the Ben Reilly legs and crotch piece along with the hands. I just went ahead and sculpted this top part right here that goes down right here. This is just painted. This is sculpted. That's just painted. The only thing that's really sculpted on this figure are the extra 4 arms in the corner over here. I sculpted the wrist or the rips in the arms. They pop on and pop off of the figure's forearms. Just used a toothpick, super glued it on, and there you go. So that's how that works. It's a great figure, great custom, and yeah, that's it. Sorry about that, guys. My girlfriend called me, so I had to stop the recording. Anyways, I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. If you're seeing this from going on my channel, from my shorts or whatever, appreciate you. If you're back from old whatever, thank you. And if you've stumbled across this because you wanted to see a custom Superior Spider-Man, thank you. My recipe is just CT Toys Ben Reilly and CT Toys Miles Morales. Upper is Ben Reilly, below is Miles Morales. Voice crack. It's repainted, added sculpt, but you really could just keep this head sculpt. It looks fine, it looks good. Just, you could repaint even like the Marvel Legends did, like put towers or something in the eyes, or you just put gloss or like metallic. Just make it reflective, whatever you want to do, dude. It's your figure, your custom. I'm just here because I also got an idea from Dang It Productions and Looper Customs, I believe, on here on YouTube. Used to have socials like Instagram and stuff, but not allowed to have those anymore. But it's alright. But alright, well, I appreciate you guys, and for old time's sake, we're gonna end this video with a little picture montage. So, alright, peace.